Hello everybody, welcome back to Muddling Through Minecraft. I am Niceberg and it is good to be back in the world with you. You can see that I've done a little bit more work on our jungle area here, added 2 more of our big trees, and a little bit of this, these are not done. A little bit of this has just been practice and trying something a little bit different than what I did with that tree. So on this one you can see that we kind of split a little bit more at the top, and I also added a couple down here at the bottom. This turned out pretty good, and I haven't added anything down lower on this tree, but I really like how the top of this one turned out. I've also changed my rules a little bit, so we're not seeing the same thing every time. So on some of these, I've got a 1 block top, and on some, we've got a 3 block top, and on others, a 2 block top. So we're getting a little bit different design from the tops of the trees as well, and that is really helping me. I think that's really helping make it a little bit more variated and a little bit more interesting. And then that's really just helping things along, I think. So this project is coming along really nicely. It's just taking a lot of time because placing all of these leaves and these branches takes a while. The one thing that I haven't figured out yet is what to do with the bottoms. I feel like if we just do flat at the bottom, that's going to be kind of weird. So I feel like there needs to be some texture down here as well. The other reason I haven't done the bottoms is because I have to be able to get to the bottoms. And that's going to take a ton of scaffolding up and down, and I'm not too interested in doing that right now. So I did get a message that there is a surprise over at the iron farm. Let's go check that out. See what is over here. All right, so J-Boy Crew said it was something with the storage. What was that? Oh, fireworks. So there's not actually anything with the storage, it looks like. What set that off? Okay, so we got a fire. We got a dispenser over here. Sure, of course. Let's see if we can figure out where this goes. I'm going to assume that there's a skulk sensor or something back here. Uh-oh. Well, now I'm stuck. Oh, there it is over there. Got himself a tripwire set up over here. Oh, nice. All right, cool. Well, now we'll get a fireworks shooting off every time we come under the farm. At least the next, well, let's see, 22 times now. But that'll be a little bit of fun. We've got to come over here, actually, and put a storage system in. Now that we know that the farm is working and everything is good to go, we do actually need to build a storage system. So that is on the docket for today. Because this iron farm is so fast, it needs something other than a single hopper speed loader, whatever. So we're definitely going to use a shulker box loader as fast as this thing works, and it needs to be like a 2x or 4x hopper speed loader. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research on what those look like. I know that they exist. I don't really know how they work. So I think I'm gonna have to go check some things out really quickly, see what I can find about that, and then we're going to build something down underneath where we can easily get things stored and loaded here as opposed to having just a hot mess of iron laying on the ground for a while. One of the things that we have to do if we're going to build a shulker loader is get a little bit of redstone stuff. And I have found myself not really wanting to go digging for cobblestone. So I went ahead and built I kind of want to do something different here. A stone and cobblestone generator over here. And so you just stand here and dig away and get your cobble. And it does seem like we don't get a full return here. There is some cobble that's being burnt before it actually gets into the hoppers, but gets you a good amount here. Got all 3 of them there. And then over here, same thing, but with stone. And this one, obviously, I've got one of my beacons back here. And so this one goes really fast. Just stand here and get all of the stone that we could possibly ever want and need. So, yeah, just a nice little generator here. I wanted to fill this hallway with something. I felt like there needed to be more in this space. You can see I've got a little bit of, I don't know what I was doing there. But yeah, so this is just a quick place where we can come and get some cobble for, well, this time right now what we need it for is pistons and dispensers. So we're going to go ahead and make a couple of those. Now, I don't know if this is the best double speed hopper or anything in the world, but messed around with some things in, well, there goes those fireworks again. Messed around with some things in a creative world to try and figure this out, and I'm going to do this a pretty simplistic way, and if I ever want to explore this again, I might figure out something, but the reality is I don't need this to be anything really special, because all I'm looking for is to collect iron. I do need to sort out poppies somehow. Well, I think at this point we're just going to throw everything into shulkers. Darn, I didn't think about that. The need to sort turned me in a different direction. So I'm going to try and build something that I'm hopeful will work. As I'm watching videos about double speed sorters and filters and things, I'm having a hard time understanding just how they're double speed. It seems like there's some moment when there is a single hopper kind of throttling the intake area, but I could be wrong. So we're going to do our best to throw this thing together. Oh, of course. We're going to do our best to throw this thing together and cross our fingers and hope that it works. So we're going to need 2 of these. I'm going to put one over on this side, one over on this side for iron and for poppies slash, what's that stuff called? Bone meal. Wow, that took me way too long. One for poppies, one for poppies and bone meal, one for iron. And so I'm going to start with the iron one, and then basically what will happen is the items will come out. They'll kind of loop around in some waterways until they get sucked up is kind of the plan that I've got here. So I think we're going to start on this block here. It's one in from the wall pathway here, and it's going to go as far back as we can. So right there. Boom. First block placed. Ever been almost all the way through a build and find out that you're one block too high? Yeah, that's what just happened to me. So I'm going to have to rebuild this thing a second time and still don't even know if it works. I have a real serious organization problem. I cannot remember where I've put things, and I need to get that fixed. So as soon as we're done with this storage system for the iron farm, here it is. I think we're going to need to address all of the chest monsters. I've got little chest monsters all over the place, and I think that we're going to need to address those in this episode because this is untenable. The amount of time I spend running through various sites, opening and closing chests, just looking for whatever it is that I need is a little shocking. So that's next on the list, I think. It took me a couple of restarts, and obviously I don't have any collection for the shulker boxes at this point. I'm just wanting to make sure this system actually works the way it's supposed to. But I've got things built out. What we need to do is we need to set filters really quickly. So I got to run up here, grab some iron and poppies, because this is actually going to take quite a bit of those 2 items. I may just run the farm for a bit to get what I need. But I think I need like 5 stacks of each. It doesn't look like I've actually got any iron over here. I need like 5 plus a little bit. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I think I'm just going to turn the farm on for a hair and see kind of what happens in the moment. And then we'll set filters and fix everything up in a little bit. Golems die. Drops come into the water stream. Boom, there they are. They should swing around here. And they start jumping right in. If items miss the first hopper, the second hopper is available. If they miss both hoppers, then they come around to these. And eventually, one of these hoppers will be iron and one will be poppies. If they miss all of the hoppers, then it comes right back around and cycles back in and should be all good to go. Oh no! Oh, that would have been really bad. Okay. Well, I guess I don't have to be up there. This isn't a mob farm, so I could come down here and check things out. I'm wanting to come down and see when our first shulkers pop, because I do need to, without a collection system, these are just going to pop and be hanging out. So we have a lot of items already dumping in, that's for sure. I grabbed the shulkers. Let's see what's in here. Yeah, plenty of iron and poppies already, and sure enough, this one is not moving very quickly. I think this is the second one. So again, without the filters set, things aren't, going in the right places. So we're going to try, and we should have enough of everything at this point, I think, to go ahead and set filters. So let me grab a little bit of filter material to start. 3, 2. The system is working as far as I can tell. I did pick up a shulker box of iron off the ground, so I think even the pistons are firing and things are doing what they're supposed to do. Now, here's what I don't like is it appears as though all of the iron is getting actually caught in this first one and filling it up, and nothing is going to this second line, which I don't like, because then this isn't a double speed. It's really only functioning at a single speed. This first hopper picks everything up, and the second hopper sits there and does nothing. And that might be the same thing that's happening here. So I've experimented a little bit, and we need to make a small adjustment at the top there. I'm going to get the things I need. Now, everything will drop into this dropper, right? If everything pulls into this dropper, it'll hop into this hopper, drop into the minecart, and then the minecart should split it over those 2 hoppers there. So even if it's not being pulled from the very top and down into both, I'd really like to get it in those 2 though. But I think in order to do that, I'm actually going to have to drop everything 1 more stinking level, and I don't want to do that. So we're not going to. So let's see how that works on this side as well. I may end up redoing this system. I'm thinking about redoing it anyway, because this isn't actually set up how I intended for it to be set up initially. Part of that is because I didn't realize what was happening with the water streams here. And now that I better understand what's happening with the water stream, I kind of definitely want to set this up in a little bit different way. So I may end up tearing all this out and redoing it, but this at least is proof of concept that it will function the way that I need it to function. And that's really all I'm interested in at this point. For now, we're going to leave it and hope that this will suffice for us for a while at least. Right now, we're going to run back over to our Hobbit village and chat about the next things that we're going to work on. As I'm looking around the Hobbit village, thinking about the things that we've done, we still have to do, all that sort of thing, I'm getting into a place where we've got a lot of unfinished projects again. So just to run down a few, the barn over there is technically unfinished, that space. That's all facades, basically. I do have the cows over there now, but more work to be done with sheep and pigs. We've got the jungle forest here, this little chunk that needs to be finished over time. This is going to be a much longer term project. I've said that already. We've got the toolsmith / weaponsmith down here. that we've got some more villagers that we need to park in here and get what we want from them, and then maybe do a little interior work here. We've got potentially interior work for the farmer, for the herds person. I think this is going to be a shepherd, right? Is that the one that uses the loom? That's kind of what I want to put over there. We've got some interior work to do in here. This space has just been stone from the very beginning, and I really think that we need to go ahead and turn this into some actual, not stone, but actual wood or whatever that we're going to do, just something not natural. Same thing with the backside of the stairs there. This hallway, I've started to fill it. We got the cobblestone and the stone generator here, but to decorate this hallway, get a ceiling on it, maybe do something with the beacon here as well. It's just off to the side here and needs to be pushed back a little bit, I think, to make it look good. The rest of this hallway needs to be decorated, right? There's just a lot of things that are like, you know, we've been living in them, but it'd be nice to kind of finish them off and make them look pretty. And then, of course, we have this space up here, which is supposed to be for all of our armor trims and to be able to showcase all of these different things, which is another space that I really want to work on. Because I think that this could end up being a pretty neat area. Give us a reason to go do some other adventuring again as well, and crafting and things. So I want to get back to this space as well. One of the things that's happening in this space, and that's happening around in a lot of places, is the use of item frames. So I need item frames to be able to put, various armor trims in places, or hang signs, whatever it is that we want to do. And in order to get those item frames, I need some leather. Since we need leather, I am going to run to the Nether and build a farm that I have never built before. We're going to go ahead and try our hand at a hoglin farm, which will get us both leather and some pork chops. So I'll meet you over in the Nether in just a minute. Here we are in the Nether, ready to go. The one thing that I probably don't really have ready is a storage system here, but that's okay. We'll make it work. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all of this stuff. We're going to head up into the sky here in the Nether and build out a nice little farm here. Starting on this block right here is going to be our center block, and here we go. Unfortunately, I don't have this entire farm time-lapsed because I started to have some really big problems with mobs. I didn't really know how to put this together in the right way to avoid some of these issues, and so I started to get knocked off the platform. I ended up having to go and get a bunch of torches and coal and things like that. I died a couple of times. It was a mess, but it's just your typical hoglin farm, so go check out a tutorial video somewhere and you'll see the rest of it. Here's the nearly finished product. With that, the top platforms of the farm are done. One thing that I didn't do that I definitely should have done is put some walls up so that they couldn't get off the edge. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. I don't know what exactly I have to actually do that with, but I'll tell you what I think I might have enough of here, which is spruce leaves. Oh, look at this. How did this dude survive a fall like that? What? Or did he just spawn here because these are spawnable blocks? That's probably what happened. Yeah, I definitely have enough spruce leaves to make this happen. So we're going to go ahead and make some walls out of spruce leaves. This is it. Just to give you the quick rundown, hoglins spawn on the platforms here. They're scared by the warped fungus. They run over the trapdoors, they fall on the campfires, they die, and all of their goodies are collected by the hoppers underneath, and the hoppers funnel all the way down here to the center point, bonk, where I am going to drop some chests. And right now I've only got 2 chests to drop, but that's all right. We're gonna get a lot of items here. I want to get these raw pork chops out of here, because why are they all raw? I'm sorry. Do soul campfires not cook? Huh? Oh, this is not great. I thought I'd be getting cooked pork chops on soul campfires. I'm definitely going to have to understand this better. I genuinely thought that I would be getting cooked pork chops, so I don't know why I'm not. I mean, they're dying on fire, but they're not cooking. Fascinating. I'm definitely going to have to look that up and find out what the deal is there, because, I mean, the reality is I didn't build this farm for the pork chops. I built this farm for the leather, so it's not a huge deal. But I was thinking that getting some cooked pork chops as a nice little consequence, or as a secondary effect, would be nice, because right now I'm living off of chicken, and chicken's fine, but pork chops are better than chicken, and it's not steak, and it's not golden carrots, whatever. It's just something different. Anyway, that's a bummer. Oh, what? Oh no. Well, that was ridiculous. I'm sure that there was a hoglin down here just waiting for me. Probably spawned on the shulkers down here, so I probably shouldn't be too surprised by it, but still annoying. All right, that I think is going to be pretty much a wrap on this. I have the farm designed so that this is sitting right in the middle of a despawn sphere. So the edge is on the edge of that sphere, and that edge is on the edge over there. And the idea here is if we come up a few blocks, that's at the center point here. The idea here is that if we come up a few blocks, and can probably only go up about 10 or 12 blocks. If we go up 10 or 12 blocks, we minimize the amount of spawning area in the nether, and we also then maximize the space in the farm here that's going to be available for hoglins to spawn on. And pretty much every single one of those blocks will be a spawnable space for a hoglin. Pretty happy with this. Pretty simple to put together. Didn't take too long. And hopefully you enjoy it and like it. Let me know if you have any clue about why those pork chops aren't cooking. I genuinely thought that they'd cook on soul campfires, so I'm not sure. I genuinely am not sure what the problem is there. I appreciate you guys coming on the journey with me again this week. Hopefully you enjoyed the storage system and this hoglin farm. They both turned out pretty good. I'm not disappointed at all. Unfortunately, I am going to let you know that I am taking next week off. Don't expect a video next week. I've got a very busy week ahead of me and a conference to attend this weekend, so I don't want to just add the pressure of trying to get a video out as well. So next week will be the first week I take off in 2024, and I'm pretty proud of that. So I am all right giving myself that break, and I hope you are too. I will be back the week after for sure, and look forward to our adventures when the time comes. So have a great couple of weeks here, folks, and until the next time that we are in this world together, I hope you stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see ya.